Hello and welcome to KG5, round 7 TSL action about to get underway. 3 matches happening in the south of the state. Very wet conditions down here in southern Tasmania, but kicking things off this afternoon, the Glenorchy Magpies up against the Lauderdale Bombers at KG5. As mentioned, it's very wet and woolly today. Some freakish conditions over the last couple of days down here in southern Tasmania. Today's match going to be a big challenge to see which of these sides is able to retain their composure and deal with the conditions the best possible way. Glenorchy obviously eager to get off the mark in season 2022. A difficult year for them, a rebuilding year under coach Aaron Cornelius. Well, for Lauderdale, they are coming into this game full of confidence. The Southern Bombers,
Is there a water filling area up there?
difficult start to season 2022, but 2 wins on the bounce, including a win against the reigning premier and the previously undefeated Launceston Blues last weekend, has this side raring to go and looking to really make a march up the ladder for season 2022. So the umpire just getting things underway here at KG5. It's going to be Hayden Smith competing in the ruck for Lauderdale to get things underway as the umpire throws the ball into the air. Bryce Walsh playing game 200 immediately into the action. A couple of little kicks off the ground to get things started. Reece Sutton leading the chase out on the wing. Loopy handball over the top, and Lauderdale can have first look for this afternoon. Ball comes in. Hooker drives the ball inside 50 for Lauderdale, just bounces off the chest of Siggins. He'll be a key player this afternoon. High contact there, the umpire says play on. Bryce Walsh emerges with the football. Don Brown unable to capture it now. Glenorchy will bounce off half back, courtesy of Ben Camerick. A driving ball towards half forward. As expected, scrappy start from both sides at the moment. Williams to Walsh, who's had plenty of it early. His driving kick goes inside 50. They're pretty content to see the ball over the line, they do. So, scrappy start here at KG5. Of course, 2 other games happening on the Daily Potato Co live stream this afternoon. Following this game, we've got North Hobart and Clarence from North Hobart Oval and Kingborough and North Launceston from the Twin Ovals. As Christensen quickly emerges with the football, kicks into space. Blackburn was the target. Sutton sees it over and out for another throw-in. Ball's thrown in, nice roving there from Siggins. A flying shot on goal from Siggins, it's through. A terrific start there from Sam Siggins, made something out of nothing. Won the ball out of the ruck contest and able to kick a goal. Slippery football this afternoon, and from a difficult angle, that's a fantastic start for the Southern Bombers. They hit the scoreboard after 2 minutes of play. Lauderdale draw first blood this afternoon, courtesy of Sam Siggins, who has been in dynamic form of late. Wasn't for some stray kicking a couple of weeks ago against North Hobart. Could have ended that game with 7 or 8 goals. Was again lively last week as well. And the big win over Launceston. 1 late change this afternoon for Lauderdale. Fergus Kenny coming into the side for Lennon Marlin. Glenorchy also come in as named as the ball's 1 down. Wrapped up in the tackle. Umpire will take it once more. Smith wins it down, only as far as Ben Camerick, who scraps the ball towards half forward. First to it there, the Glenorchy players. A scrappy ball towards the top of the goal square. Trying to go off the ground was the Lauderdale defender, but Glenorchy have some reinforcements come in. Strong tackle laid by Poland. Umpire will take it. So Glenorchy's first look inside 50 for the afternoon. Thrown up, Smith wins it down. Franklin unable to get the kick away. Scrappy kick off the ground, it's going to be through. A sharp goal again out of nothing, much like the Siggins effort. Scrappy kick off the ground has gone through for Glenorchy's first goal of the afternoon, and it's young Liam Roach who hits the scoreboard. And that's just the start Glenorchy would have been after. They really just need to be competitive and show a lot of spirit early on just to try and stay in this game. A few occasions this year they've been well behind the 8 ball come the first break. So if they can just stick in touch with Lauderdale early today, especially in the difficult wet conditions, anything can happen. And that efficiency inside 50, one inside 50, they lock it in and then kick the goal through Roach. Terrific start for the Magpies as the umpire throws the ball again. Thompson overruns it. Camrick trying to dribble it in front of him. Bryce Walsh going in hard once more. Thompson emerges with the football. Roughed up in a tackle. Really scrappy stuff from both sides at the moment. The umpire lets it roll on. Just a bit of a rolling maul. Bounces out once again. Bryce Walsh just gets a kick away to Franklin. Only about a metre. Franklin's kick goes towards half forward. Running back with a flight. That's an excellent grab here. And Lauderdale now find themselves inside 50. Siggins once again the target. And some lovely defensive work there from Meredith. Really nice work, and he spots up Ben Camrick. Camrick finds a sliding Geared. Geared's kick was looking for weight, wasn't his best effort. Now there's an opportunity for Lauderdale. Handball just misses the target. Bryce Walsh lays the tackle. Magro funnels a handball out wide to Tilly. Tilly's kick looks for Sutton out on the wing. Sutton recovers. Goes onto his right boot and kicks it inside 50. A lovely kick from Reece Sutton. Magnificent work finding Mickey Blackburn. Blackburn quick to play on. Drives the ball towards Siggins, but nice work running back there from Blake Waite. Over and out for a throw in. Sutton really getting busy early for Lauderdale. So too Bryce Walsh. See Siggins a couple of times has been that key target for them inside 50. They'll continue to look for him. Meredith seems to have the job on him early on as that ball's one down to Christensen. Christensen wrapped up in the tackles. Camrick emerges with the football once again. He's had plenty of it so far this morning. Smith. Poland. Stinky kick. Isn't his best bit of work. Glenorchy with the numbers to mop up as Arnold hurries the kick around the body. Goes out wide and finds Geared. Now Geared has the football. Just getting a fist in there was the Lauderdale player, Nick Hooker. Come to TSL this year after time in South Australia. Both he and Fletcher Hooker have been really likely, particularly in the last couple of weeks, in this little run that Lauderdale have found themselves on. Was thrown back into play. Hurried kick out inside 50 now for Glenorchy. Josh McGuinness just loses his feet. It won't matter. Rolls out of bounds for another throw in. So, said a couple of times already, scrappy start to this game. Very wet conditions. Two sides just feeling their way into the contest at the moment. The tackle numbers are going to be through the roof come this afternoon. As the rain's well and truly coming down here in the northern suburbs as the ball's thrown down. Smith wins it down. Magro first to the footy. Driving kick out of defensive 50. An excellent mark taken on the third juggle from Isaac Manson. Did really well given the conditions. Goes out wide to Camrick. Back to Waite. Just stopping and propping at the moment. Hopes to drive the ball out wide again. Driving ball inside 50. Franklin got the fist down and won his own football. It's been taken high, so he'll take the free kick. Bryce Walsh was quick to alert the umpire to that one. He finds the runner out wide in Hooker. Hooker drives the ball down the outer wing. Excellent mark taken by Blackburn. Couple of grabs for him already this morning as he quickly plays on and drives the ball down the line. Siggins and his opponent lost their footing. Josh Arnold has a bit of room to move. Sharp kick from him. Back inboard finds Nicholson. Back into the side from Devils duties today, Luke Nicholson. Nice work there from the Lauderdale forward. An opportunity presents, but Glenorchy again have the numbers. They're holding up really well. Resolutely down there in defence so far this morning. High up and under kick really to no one now for the Magpies. Puts a bit of pressure on. Opting to go back. Got the smart football there. Plenty of players screaming for the football. Eventually, opts to go into the pocket over the back. The player comes. Poland just spilled the mark. Franklin to Williams to Sutton. Sutton finds the runner in Magro. Dynamic last week was Jaden Magro. 4 goals in the opening half. Out wide. Lauderdale just looking to reset. Poland takes the grab. Quick to move the ball on is Poland, but only goes as far as Josh Whitford. 2021 Rodney Eade medalist, best and fairest in the Development League. One of 3 players to share that award last season. Ball now with Matthew Joseph, who of course captained Glenorchy in round 1 this year in the absence of Josh Arnold. Now goes to his skipper in Arnold, who drives the ball just to the tip of 50. Finding space, an excellent mark taken by Bailey Jenkins. There are a pack of players in the end just a little flat-footed. Jenkins just found a little bit of space where there shouldn't have been any. And Arnold's well-weighted kick lands on the chest of the youngster. It's going to be kicking the better part of 50 here is Bailey Jenkins, but an opportunity to give Glenorchy the lead. Just crosses the paint of 50 does Bailey Jenkins. Distance just pushed him a little bit in the end. He's going to stay in the field of play. Dilga sees it over and out for a throw in. So promising start here for Glenorchy. Played 10.5 minutes now. Scores a level at 1 goal apiece. So the ball's thrown back into play. Neither ruckman able to get a full advantage there. Chain of handballs finds Sutton. Sutton drives the ball at a defensive 50 into the middle of the ground. Mark not quite taken by Meredith. Magro's going to pounce on it quickly. Wheels around on his left. Coming the other way is Blake Waite. Right up there in Glenorchy's best and fairest at this point of the year. Going to stand out since coming to the TSL. Kick inside 50 now for Glenorchy. A couple of repeat entries now. Roach, the goal kicker, unable to take the football. Franklin gets the footy. It's a high up and under. Now an opportunity for the runners. Williams gets it out. Wrapping up in the tackle there, Hayden Smith. Did well to find teammate, Christensen. To Sutton. To Tilley. Just running it by hands at the moment here at Lauderdale. There's been an umpire's whistle. So advantage paid to McGuinness. Using the broadcast wing of the ground. Looking for Blackburn, but punch at the last moment from Josh Arnold. The umpire says advantage paid, and they've taken the full advantage here of Lauderdale. Smart work there by Stanley. Took his allocated run, decided to keep the ball moving, and then instead of blazing away, just lowered his eyes. Found a teammate inboard. Really nice work there. It's Fletcher Hooker on this occasion. Presenting well, so Stanley's given Hooker the opportunity. Fletcher Hooker kick Lauderdale's second of the afternoon. Umpire forced to do a fair bit of work to the left-hand side, through for a minor score. So Lauderdale 1-1-7, lead Glenorchy 1 straight 6, 12.5 minutes gone in this opening term. Arnold's driving kick in the Waite direction, unable to quite take the grab. Going hard at the football there with 2 players in Meredith and Ratcliffe. Umpires spotted a free kick going the way of Glenorchy. Certainly matching them at the moment are the Magpies. Just losing the football at the crucial moment was Meredith. Bryce Walsh swoops on the loose footy. Might be a free kick going the other way. It will be. High contact. So just let off the hook there with Glenorchy. Ball in hand, Cooper Meredith. Looks to have a big job this afternoon. Chips a kick over the top to Waite. See Ned Shaw manning the mark. Back in the side this afternoon. Waite goes across goal. Does well to find Manson. Manson quick to move the ball on. Kicks towards the outer side. Running back with Sutton, unable to take the grab. Just moving the ball around here at Glenorchy as they look to make another pursuit inside 50. Tilley unable to take the ball cleanly. A couple of players come in for reinforcements. McGuinness, smart little kick off the ground back towards Tilly, unable to take it cleanly. Umpire says a push in the back, so a free kick going the way of Lauderdale. Tilly quickly off to Nick Hooker. Hooker's kick just falls short of his teammate. Handball goes back into play. Glenorchy with the numbers. Whitford's kick just gains a couple of metres. Another hurried kick off the ground now for Glenorchy. Jenkins overruns it. They'll be content to see it over the line for a throw in. So 14.5 gone. 1 point the difference in favour of Lauderdale. We're tuned into the Daily Potato Co TSL live stream. First of 3 games today, all in the south of the state. Big game at North Hobart Oval later on. The Demons and the Roos, as well as Kingborough and North Launceston down at the Twins. Smith to Christensen. Rinse and repeat. Another stoppage on that outer side. Whitford tried to find Thompson, but illegal disposal. Free kick going the way of Tilly, who's been busy early on. Nice mark taken. Richmond quickly moves the ball on. Risky kick into the middle of the ground. So Lauderdale still pretty content to move the ball quickly and execute some of these passes. Interesting to see if they stick with that strategy over the course of the afternoon in such wet conditions. Free kick going the way of the milestone man, Bryce Walsh. Game 200, an amazing achievement for him. Manson just cuts that ball off before it gets to Blackburn. Ball's thrown in. Roach competing in the ruck against Richmond. Umpire's whistle. It's going to be a holding free kick going the way of Lauderdale. Harry Richmond, who won the Anzac medal just under a fortnight ago. He's going to take the free kick, so 45-degree angle. Man of the marks, 25 30 metres out from goal. Richmond quick to move the ball on. Have a look on the goal is Richmond, but it's just tugged through for a minor score. Hitting the post. So 1 goal to Lauderdale. Glenorchy 1 straight 6. Josh Arnold goes to retrieve the football. Inside 50s over the last couple of minutes. Maybe just starting to get back in favour of Lauderdale, but Glenorchy would be happy that they're at least creating some opportunities forward of centre. It's going to be a scrappy afternoon of football given the conditions. That's a great mark taken by Nat Franklin. Nothing scruffy about that as he goes off to Poland, who drives the ball inside 50. Blackburn was going to have the sit. It's just caught under the football. Manson decides to hoist the ball out of thin air. That's going to open the ground up now for Glenorchy. Roberts is quick to play on. A nice kick down the line. Finds Josh Meredith, who's going to be looking to move the ball quickly. Adam Roberts continuing his run. Just fumbles the mark at the last moment, but he'll look to move the ball on quickly. Content to see it over the line was Matthew Dilger. That kick out of thin air from, I think it was Isaac Manson, really opened the ground up there for Glenorchy. Looking to really adjust to the conditions well are the Pies. Ball's thrown it back into play. Franklin has had plenty of the football so far, taken in a tackle. McGuinness is now wrapped up as well. Hayden Smith throwing his weight around, but the umpire will take it back once again.
Hey Josh, MJ. Stay MJ. Oh.
Plenty of bodies around this football. Hooker merges with it, potentially taken high, decides to play on anyway. Kicks the ball out of the defensive area. Blackburn to Magro, who just spills the slippery footy. Don Brown. Arnold emerges with the football, but the umpire already blown the whistle, so ball's thrown back up here inside the middle of KG5. A bit of height there was Roach, but unable to win the tap decisively. The umpire repeat it once more. Camrick dashes through a couple of would-be tacklers and drives it inside 50. Opportunity now for Glenorchy. It's going to be a foot race at the back of the pack. A dinky kick off the ground. It's going to go through. It is. Nice goal there from Josh Meredith. Smart work. He knew that if he tried to take full possession, he'd likely be wrapped up in the tackle, but he kept his composure. Kicks the ball off the ground. Glenorchy, they hit the lead. 2-0-12. Plays 1-2-8. 4-point advantage to the Magpies, and certainly well deserved to this point of the game. They've competed really well against Lauderdale. It's good to see them have 2 goal kickers on the board and just adjusted well to the conditions so far. Now Josh Meredith and William Roach, the goal kickers to this point. How can Lauderdale respond? They've been posed a good question here by their most favoured opposition. Siggins quickly moves the ball out, but Blake Waite takes the grab. You can see the rain really coming down now at KG5. Joseph kicks over the top. Just keeping the ball in play there. Really nice chain of handballs from Glenorchy. Camrick showing a little bit of dash. Spirited performance so far from him. Geared just moves the ball along the ground. Quickly mopped up and going back the other way. But once again, Blake Waite swoops on the football across half back. He links up with Manson. Decided to go out wide to Joseph. Joseph over the top in the direction of Camrick. Camrick just loses his feet. But it's going to be sloppy. High free kick going the way of Camrick. So Glenorchy will look to strike while the iron's hot here. Just getting the better part of the flow of play in recent moments as Camrick's high kick doesn't quite get inside 50. Umpire's whistle. It's going to be a free kick going the way of Lauderdale. Bryce Walsh just decides to take it from where he was. He goes as far as Browning. Arnold goes out wide to Don Brown. Brown unable to quite take the mark, but he recovers well. He's met by Reece Sutton though. Great tackle from Reece Sutton. He's been one of Lauderdale's best to this point. It was a big one-on-one to win. If Don Brown was out there, Glenorchy were going to have another march towards inside 50. Siggins takes that grab. Quick to move the ball on is Siggins. A driving ball inside 50 to Blackburn. Well-weighted kick from Siggins finds Blackburn on the chest, and Mickey Blackburn really likely target for them inside 50. Of course, former Clarence Roux, Lindisfarne Jr., who went to Clarence, played a bit of time in the TSL, went back to the SFL. Dominant force for the Two Blues, and now back in the TSL, this time in red and black. Michael Blackburn, that trademark meticulous run-up, begins his approach. Mickey Blackburn, it's gun barrel straight. Lauderdale kick their second and regain the lead, I should say. 2-2-14. Plays 2 straight 12. Mickey Blackburn is on the board for the first time this afternoon, and Lauderdale get the immediate response following the Josh Meredith major. So Mickey Blackburn, in wet conditions, that was a wonderful kick. Meticulous in his preparation. So Lauderdale hit back. Just about 23 minutes gone in this opening quarter. Siggins in the ruck on this occasion. Roach kicks it along the ground. Plenty of long sleeves out there for Glenorchy this afternoon. Player wrapped up in a tackle. It's Matthew Dilger. Siggins tries to win it down. Walsh taken off the pack. Don Brown. Now Camrick. Nice work there to Matthew Joseph, who kicks the ball inside 50. Another opportunity for Glenorchy. Adam Roberts attacks the ball at pace. Ball comes out. Handball back to Geared, who's stripped of it by Christensen. The umpire's going to say holding the football. Nice tackle there from the former Geelong Cat and Brisbane Lion. Lauderdale looking to send the ball out wide. Now in the hands of Williams. Williams was looking for Sutton, but great defensive pressure there from Glenorchy. Just continuing to do the little things well so far at the Magpies. Plenty for Aaron Cornelius to be buoyed by to this point. Really nice work from his troops, putting the pressure on. Just got to look to keep up this intent and competitiveness, the young Glenorchy outfit. Umpire's whistle. Bryce Walsh decides to take the advantage. He goes to Christensen. Christensen cuts into the inside, but not his best kick. Had to work for it, but Matthew Joseph takes the grab. Hart, KG5. Joseph looks to spear the ball, but he's kicked it straight back to Christensen. So two of them just playing kick to kick at the moment. Siggins to Sutton. Sutton massages the ball to Walsh. These are the sort of conditions he'll thrive in this afternoon. Tough, wet weather footy. In game 200, Siggins around the corner, drives the ball inside 50. Glenorchy had the numbers, but the opportunity now for Stanley. Stanley putting the pressure on Meredith. They'll just see the ball over the line and out of bounds. So just in front of the Glenorchy Canberra. 25 minutes gone. Good hard-fought TSL match to start your Saturday morning. Glenorchy 2 straight 12, Lauderdale 2-2-14. 7 TSL action, the ball's one down. Whitford emerges with it. Hurried kick. Bouncing around, only goes as far as Walsh. You could hear the groans from people around the contest. Walsh taken high. Going to quickly play on is Bryce Walsh. He drives the ball towards goal. Not quite going to make the distance, and it's punched through for a minor score. So 2-3-15 Lauderdale. Glenorchy 2 straight 12. 25, just almost 26 minutes now gone in this opening term. Chip kick into the pocket. Finds Joseph. Rain still coming down here at Glenorchy. Puts his teammate under the pump now. Bryce Walsh comes in and lays the pressure. The umpire will relieve them and take the football himself. Rain just pouring down here at Glenorchy. Camrick handballs it back. Glenorchy escaped defensive 50, but the mark's taken by Tilly, and it's going to come back with a little bit of interest. He goes inboard, juggling the mark and taking it on the second grab. Quick kick inside 50. The mark's taken by Roach, one of the 2 goal kickers for Glenorchy in this opening term. Roach kicks the ball over the top, unable to take the grab, and that will be quarter time here at a very wet KG5. Glenorchy 2 straight 12, trail Lauderdale 2-3-15. It's been tough, hard football to start this one at KG5. You can just hear the rain and the effects mic continuing to pour down here at Glenorchy. Sam Siggins and Michael Blackburn, the goal kickers for the men in red and black. For those in black and white, 2 goal kickers are Josh Meredith and Liam Roach. We'll take a short break here from the Daily Potato Co. TSL live stream at KG5. Glenorchy, a trail Lauderdale 2 straight 12 to 2-3-15. Second quarter action coming up next. Welcome back to KG5, quarter time happening now between Glenorchy and Lauderdale. Round 7 of the 2022 TSL season. You're tuned into the Daily Potato Co. TSL live stream, and you can see there poor Sean Galloway doing a fantastic job on the camera, just trying to wipe the lens here. It's wet and wild conditions in southern Tasmania, and we've had a tough contested game of football to start round 7 of the TSL season. Lauderdale, they lead 2-3-15 to Glenorchy, 2 straight 12, but certainly a spirited performance from the hosts so far to this point. They've come into this game as rank outsiders, yet to win a game so far this season, but I'm sure Aaron Cornelius would have had some positive messages for his troops at the opening break as we get ready to start quarter 2 here at KG5. The ball's thrown up into the air, quickly moving the ball forward here at Glenorchy, but only as far as Hooker. Oh, just misses his foot. Not sure what happened there for poor Nick Hooker. Slippery football to start the quarter. Glenorchy hurried the ball back. Lauderdale just trying to scrap it out, but Glenorchy coming in with numbers. Take stoppage, so quarter time came at a good time, I think, for both of the teams. It's going to be a tough slog of an afternoon as Siggins quickly moves the ball around the corner. He's one of 2 goal kickers for Lauderdale alongside Mickey Blackburn. Glenorchy move the ball back quickly in pursuit, try and keep it in play. Was Waite, but unable to do so. Ball out of bounds on the full. Reece Sutton to take it just in front of the interchange bench. Sutton. High kick towards the paint of 50. Siggins flew, unable to take the grab. Arnold and Waite raffle it between themselves at ground level. Dinky kick over the top. Camrick takes a good strong mark under the pressure of Reece Sutton. Camrick floats the ball towards the wing. A nice mark taken by Hooker. He's been busy so far, Nick Hooker. Assesses his options before launching a high ball inside 50, coming across Richmond, unable to take the grab cleanly. Blackburn at ground level. Just see the hook on that, just a bit of a breeze going across the ground. Really difficult conditions to master. That ball just falls in the field of play, over and out for a throw-in. So left forward pocket here for Lauderdale, looking to draw first blood in quarter number 2. Ball's thrown back into play. Richmond with the sit, quickly dishes the handball over the top to Sutton. Sutton raffles it off. Walsh met strongly by his opponent and Roach. Walsh is going to be slow to his feet. Christensen taken high. The umpire didn't agree, decides to play on. No real remonstration from Christensen, so may have just been a bit of a slip. Ball's thrown back out. Richmond continue competing in the ruck for Lauderdale. Arnold, that wide to Camrick. Camrick taken in the Christensen tackle. Over and out for a throw-in. Franklin drives the ball inside 50. It's a dangerous spot. Glenorchy defending resolutely, over and out for a throw-in. Held up well so far has the Glenorchy defence. We'll speak ad nauseum about it all afternoon, but certainly wet and wild conditions. Thrown back into play. Glenorchy through Waite. Escape defensive 50. Nice mark taken there by Dilger. Dilger of the Matthew variety. Dilger, quick to move the ball on. Floating kick, picture perfect in the end. A nice ball over the top, marked by Bailey Jenkins. Jenkins massages the ball, it just bounces in front of its intended target. McGuinness walking a tightrope, handballs over the top to Christensen. Christensen, a classy kick inboard. It's young Ned Shaw. Shaw looks to move the ball quickly. Just getting a hand in as the Glenorchy defender, Arnold. He's looking to move the ball on, but no. Ask him to bring it back. Free kick paid. Now moving the ball on. Driving it towards half forward. Decisively slapped over and out for a throw in by Oscar Shaw. So 4.5 minutes gone. Neither side able to anything on the scoreboard to this point. Siggins. Franklin. Bandage around his head as well. Matt Franklin. Christensen. Dropped it on the first go, but swoops up on the second. A high kick towards half forward. Arnold tries to keep the ball in play and then imposes himself on Ned Shaw. Over and out for a throw in. So a cagey start to this one. The second term, you can see players rugged up on the bench. Race guys overhead. Siggins wins the tap down. Bryce Walsh eventually finds the football. Somehow weaves his way through the traffic. Shaw chips it inside 50. A well-weighted ball. Blackburn had the sit, unable to pull the grab in. Nansen funnels the handball back, but Lauderdale again have the numbers. Blackburn unable to take it cleanly, but a flying shot on goal here. Just a minor score for Lauderdale. On that occasion, it was Fletcher Hookup. 2-4-16 plays 2 straight 12. Again, Blackburn, focal point for them so far this afternoon, the Southern Bombers. Kick out a defensive 50. Siggins at the back of the pack. Eventually wins the football to Siggins. Handball over the top to Sutton. Sutton's handball intercepted. Bouncing ball across half forward now for Lauderdale. Walsh looking for Nick Hooker. John Geard competing at ground level as well. The umpire lets it go for a little while, but will eventually take it back. 4 points of difference. Early runnings in the second term. Neither player able to get the decisive punch, but it will bounce out of bounds either way. See Bryce Walsh there, front of picture, game 200, made his debut back in 2010 against Devonport on Blunston Arena. Umpire's call over the shoulder. Free kick going the way of the visitors. Magro is going to take it. He drives the ball inside 50. Going to let a couple of players fly. It's going to be a difficult ball to mark. It proves that way as Arnold swoops on the football. His high kick also unable to be marked. West tried to take it, but the umpire says no. They'll have to give the free kick back the way of Siggins as Siggins wheels and goes. Decides to barrel it on the run to Sam Siggins. It's going to be a difficult ball to mark. Richmond almost made it look good. Blackburn taken in the Arnold tackle. Really strong tackle from Arnold. Whitford tried to kick it out of the area, but in the end it's out of bounds on the full. So the door's still ajar here for Lauderdale. I'll bring the ball back in with some purpose. Walsh with a spearing ball inside 50. Christensen takes the grab on the second effort. He decides to raffle it off. Just slipped through the hands of Stanley. That was a terrific kick from Bryce Walsh and an excellent mark from Alan Christensen. Such a wet footy. And that next kick just a little too hot, but Lauderdale's class certainly shining through as ball's thrown up and once again will be taken back by the umpire. Christensen trying to drive his way through. Glenorchy just trying to kick the ball out of thin air. A couple of players pleading for a kick in danger. It's going to go the way of Lauderdale. So the Glenorchy players were pleading there had been a previous kick in danger. Alan Christensen is going to be rewarded with the free kick, and he has a look on goal. He kicked the opening goal of this second term at KG5. Simple kick from Christensen, makes no mistake. Lauderdale kick their third. Advantage jumps out to 10 points. 3-4-22 plays 2 straight 12. 9 minutes gone in the second quarter. Christensen knack for putting himself in the right position and did well on that occasion. We've seen him compete really well with his tackling throughout the game as well. Nice to see him get a bit of reward on the scoreboard. So 10 points of difference in favour of the visitors. Lauderdale certainly having the better of general play the last couple of minutes. How can the hosts respond? Ball's thrown up. Walsh merges with the footy. Arnold almost takes the grab. Camrick is involved as well. Franklin, who's been everywhere so far this afternoon, funnels a handball out wide. Opportunity now for Kenny, who kicks it inside 50. Siggins. There's a couple of players to beat. The umpire is eventually going to take it. You can see Siggins was pretty content just to wait for the reinforcements to come. He'll now compete in the ruck. Unopposed in the end. Looking for Christensen. Geared. Lays a strong tackle. Another stoppage as the rain continues to pour here in southern Tasmania. Wet conditions this afternoon for round 7 of the TSL. Siggins takes it himself, quickly kicks it around the body. It's going to bounce through, but only for a minor score. 3-5-23, plays 2 straight 12. Siggins has been likely so far today, one of 3 goal kickers for Lauderdale. Arnold drives the ball out wide. All the players content to see that one over and out for a throw in. Umpire throws it in now. Neither ruck able to get full advantage. Magro taking in a strong tackle. It's going to be a high tackle. Jenkins on that occasion. Magro, who picked up 3 votes for Cripps TSL Player of the Year for his efforts last week. The award, of course, voted on by the media. That kick goes inside 50. Camrick's going to be first to arrive at ground level. Waits for a runner and he gets that eventually in Whitford, who kicks just sprayed out to the right. Patton merges with the football, kicks it towards half forward. Arnold under the pump. He's got company there in Kenny. Eventually, the umpire blows the whistle, take it back for himself. So, again, really cagey contested stuff here at KG5. 11 points of difference in favour of Lauderdale. Geared does really well. Pirouettes and kicks the ball down the line. You can see Glenorchy player just coming from the field with a bit of an injury. We'll keep an eye on that as the afternoon progresses. Thompson at ground level now for Glenorchy. Just a rolling scrum in front of the interchange benches. See there, an injury. Looking worse for wear there as a Glenorchy player. We'll keep an eye on that one. The ball's thrown up. Smith wins it down to Christensen, who just tries to funnel it across to Magro, who's taken over the boundary line by John Geared. Smith, deft little touch. Now coming in doing the grunt work is Hayden Smith. Playing a strong tackle on Thompson. Christensen now wrapped up in the tackle himself. The umpire says it took too long, so holding the ball. Nice pressure there from Whitford. He's competed well so far today. His kick slides off his boot. Messy, scrappy football at the moment. Ball goes a little more central than probably first expected. It's going to be a free kick going the way of Patton. Geared. Handball's over the top. Whitford. High up and under kick. Just going to stay in the field of play. It does, and punched over and out for a throw-in. Nice percentage play there from Bailey Jenkins. Pretty good today as Jenkins. Ball's one down. Franklin tries to shrug a tackle, does well. Gets the handball over the top to Fletcher Hooker. Browning tries to get the handball out wide. Swooping in on the football now is Fergus Kenny. His kick goes inside 50, but only as far as Isaac Manson, who's been one of Glenorchy's best so far today. Ball goes down the line, running back with the fly. That's an excellent mark. The umpire's paid it. Really brave stuff from Oscar Shaw. And back with the flight, wet footy. Took a really strong mark. Such a rock in this Lauderdale back six is Oscar Shaw. Competes well week in, week out. Expected to be one of the first names up on the magnet board every week for Dan Willie. Here in play, Lauderdale just trying to move the ball on. Unable to take the mark was Hooker. Nicholson. Now Sutton. He's going to chip the ball inside 50. A lovely kick from Sutton. It's just like a little chip onto the green. He found Mickey Blackburn in space inside 50. Already seen Blackburn kick one goal this afternoon, or this morning at that stage, kicking the ball beautifully inside 50 late in that opening term. He'll now have a look at goal number 2. Similar sort of position to where he kicked his first goal. A slight angle to work with. Man on the mark. 30 metres out from goal. So Blackburn begins his trademark approach. Raises the ball aloft. Mickey Blackburn for his second goal of the afternoon. Gets a bit of pace as he gets closer to the man on the mark. And he kicks his second. Mickey Blackburn. Lauderdale, they have goal number 4. They skip away to a 17-point advantage. 4-5-29 lead Glenorchy. 2 straight 12. Mickey Blackburn has 2 goals for the afternoon, and once again he's been presenting well, but that was just a lovely kick from Reece Sutton. Just took a little bit of weight, a little bit of force off the kick. Saw that Blackburn had a little bit of space, a little bit of room. It was a well-executed pass in the end, and then Blackburn makes no mistake. Sutton's certainly been one of the more prolific ball winners on the ground so far today. Using the wide expanses of KG5. See there on this broadcast wing, manned up against Luke Nicholson. Nicholson, one of 2 big Devils inclusions for Glenorchy today. Tasmania Devils having the NAB League boys bye this weekend. He and Brady Simpson both part of that program. Tilly somehow gets the ball out. Christensen doesn't take it cleanly. Adam Roberts kicks in hope and a little bit of space. He's going to continue his run, Adam Roberts. A really nice drive from him. McGuinness slaps the ball back, but only as far as Roberts. Roberts with a dinky little kick. It's a smart one. He finds Thompson, who goes inside 50. Hooker, the last line of defence, brings the ball out, but it's going to come back in here for Glenorchy. Chipping kick over the top. Agricultural effort there, the umpire will say. High contact, free kick going the way of Nick Hooker. Comes down the broadcast side. Fletcher Hooker. Arnold. Sutton. Free kick going the way of the Magpies. Anfield free kick has been paid, so taken by Matt Joseph. Good to see him back in the side this afternoon. Real leader, this young Glenorchy outfit. So many youngsters making their way in TSL footy. Ball sprayed out of bounds on the full. 18.5 gone in this second quarter. 4-5-29 Lauderdale. Glenorchy 2 straight 12. Let's tune into the Daily Potato Co. TSL live stream. Daily Potato Co. bringing every game of season 2022 to you via the AFL Taz YouTube channel. Richmond takes the mark, kicks inboard to Magro. Magro moves the ball on. Finds a milestone man in Walsh, who just handballs it to himself. Unable to take it cleanly on that occasion was Walsh. In the back, free kick has been paid against Bryce Walsh, former Lauderdale skipper. Free kick to be taken by Arnold. Jordan West. Kicks in ball to Joseph. Joseph to Dilger. Dilger to Nicholson. Nicholson's kick cut off by Patton. Now Lauderdale with a bit of run across half back. Patton with a driving ball, but only as far as Dom Brown. Umpire's going to blow the whistle there once again. Thrown back. Cry there from Stanley that it may have deserved 50 for not coming back on the full, but the umpire says just play on with it as he goes inside 50. Strong mark taken by Christensen. It looked like he was under the football. Stuck the Dukes up and the ball stuck. Really good grab from him. He's got an opportunity now to kick his second goal of the afternoon. Certainly would be a fairly regulation shot for a man of Christensen's talents on a usual day, but these are really difficult conditions. Christensen begins his approach on goal. It's a lovely kick. The umpire barely moves a muscle. Christensen kicks his second goal of the afternoon. And Lauderdale, they kick away. 5-5-35, plays 2 straight 12. Lauderdale leading this quarter, 3-2 Nice work there from Christensen. Really strong grab and then made no mistake with the set shot. Back in the middle, Luke Brown competing against Siggins. Walsh merges with the football. His kick out wide. Camrick just funneling the ball in front of himself here, trying to keep the ball in motion. Ratcliffe taking in a tackle. It's going to be stripped off and holding the football. Really nice defensive work there. Males goes inside 50. Going back, Sutton unable to take the grab. Puts a bit of pressure on the Lauderdale defence now. They've got the numbers, but only as far as Nicholson. Nicholson just outside 50. Just assessing his options at the moment is Luke Nicholson. Eventually just decides to pump it to a dangerous spot. Tip of the goal square. Brings the players at ground level into the contest. Umpire quick to take that ball himself and have another ball up. Opportunity here for the Glenorchy small forwards to buzz around at ground level and get involved. Roach won the tap down, but it wasn't decisive. Hooker lays the tackle. McGuinness kicks it out of the air. Quickly kicked on there by Luke Brown. Almost back to McGuinness. Tilly, his handball only as far as Roberts, who's been taken down by the Lauderdale player. The umpire will take it once again as it continues to bucket down in Glenorchy. 5-5-35 Lauderdale, 2 straight the Magpies. 23 gone in the second quarter. Can Glenorchy kick a goal and a bit of reward for their efforts? It's horrific conditions at the moment. Strong tackle laid. The umpire will take it. Don't know if the umpires can just add maybe an extra vote on for Sean Galloway, the camera operator today. He's doing a fantastic job in torrential conditions. Siggins wins it down. Magro with a really high ball. Christensen running back, unable to take it cleanly. Arnold does well. He gets involved himself. Lauderdale looking for the runner there in Patton. Still bumbling around here in the middle of KG5. Bryce Walsh taken down without the football. The umpire lets the rolling scrum continue. This is really tough, hard football. Magro, he's taken in a tackle. Jordan West getting involved. The umpire eventually takes it. Pretty fortunate with the weather so far for season 2022, but this weekend going to be really difficult conditions for the 6 sides playing this afternoon. Of course, all of their other community competitions around the state. Hurried ball finds Franklin. Franklin continuing just to move the ball in front of himself. Blackburn sweeps on the football, gets the handball out wide. It's going to be a flying shot on goal. Through for a minor score. Probably the quickest ball movement we've seen from Lauderdale this quarter. Stoppage at half back, moving the ball quickly to create an opportunity to hit the scoreboard. Driving ball, Siggins takes the grab. Siggins quickly moves the ball on, drives it to a dangerous spot. High kick there from Kenny. Few players fly. Bodies everywhere, but the umpire will blow the whistle. Brown wins it down. Sutton emerges with the football. Shot on goal from Reece Sutton. It's through. Reece Sutton has been one of Lauderdale's best this afternoon and now jumps on the scoreboard for the first time this game. He kicks his first goal. Lauderdale, they kick their 6th. 6-6-42, plays 2 straight 12. And after a couple of entries from Glenorchy, Lauderdale just wrestling back some control of general play and now able to hit the scoreboard. They've kicked 4 goals, 3 for the quarter. Glenorchy are yet to score. Lauderdale really starting to flex its muscle. 2 wins on the bounce against North Hobart and Launceston. They're playing with plenty of confidence and certainly adjusting to these wet conditions. 26.5 in this second quarter. See if Glenorchy can try and get a goal against the run of play here late in the term. Players flying from all directions on this occasion, but it's going to be Lauderdale going inside 50 again. A dinky kick over the top, a lovely kick from Fletcher Hooker finds Christensen. Christensen chips it around the corner to find Ed Stanley. Great awareness from both Hooker and Christensen. Deft kicks further afield to find their teammates. Now Ed Stanley will look to join the party. Kicking from about 35 metres out from goal, Ed Stanley begins his approach. Kicks on the way from Stanley as the siren sounds, and it's through for a major score. Lauderdale kick their 7th goal right on the siren for half-time. And it was a good second term for the Lauderdale Bombers. It was a real arm wrestle in the first quarter. These tough, wet conditions. But they were able to eventually flex their muscle throughout that term. It was 2 straight to 2-3 at quarter time. At half-time, Lauderdale find themselves in a really handy position. 7-6-48 plays 2 straight 12. Meredith of the Josh variety and Liam Roach, the 2 goal kickers for Glenorchy. While for Lauderdale, Michael Blackburn has 2, Alan Christensen has 2, and singles to Sam Siggins, Reece Sutton and Ed Stanley. So a handy lead now for the Lauderdale Bombers at half-time as the rain continues to pour at KG5. Players and the umpires will enjoy just going in and getting dry for a little bit before coming back out for a big second half. You're tuned into the Daily Potato Co. TSL live stream. It's Lauderdale up at KG5 at the main break. Back to you soon. Welcome back to KG5. You're tuned in to the Daily Potato Co TSL live stream, round 7 TSL action here between the hosts Glenorchy and the visitors Lauderdale. It's Lauderdale leading at the main break, 48-12. Dominant second quarter from the visitors has opened up a really healthy buffer. What's otherwise been tough, contested, wet weather game of football. Torrential conditions down here in southern Tasmania. The rain continuing to come down. KG5, Glenorchy with quite a mountain to climb if they're to get back into this game, but certainly some positives for them out of the opening half. It's been a difficult year for them to date, a rebuilding year for them under Aaron Cornelius, but some positive signs with the intent and the competitiveness. They just need to get a bit of reward on the scoreboard as the umpire raises the ball aloft to get things underway this second half at KG5. It's going to be Brown and Siggins competing once again. Brown, you can see all the water coming off the ground as the players try and kick it off the surface. High ball towards half forward. Sutton slightly overruns the football. Hooker decides to kick it along the ground. Coming the other way is Manson, who's met in a strong tackle. Manson finds Tilly. Hack kick along the ground, just trying to gain some meterage for Glenorchy. I think there'll be plenty of that in this second half as the weather really sets in. Hooker finds Walsh. Running back with a flight. Sutton unable to take the grab. Jenkins goes back towards Waite, who doesn't take the ball cleanly. Doesn't get it on the second effort either. Richmond harasses him over the line and out for a boundary throw in. Of course, two other big games happening this afternoon from 2 o'clock. North Hobart host Clarence at North Hobart Oval. That's going to be an intriguing game of football. And we've got Kingborough and North Launceston down the southern outlet at the Twins. Nice bit of dash shown there through the middle of the ground. Sets up an opportunity for Tilly. It was Patton who did the groundwork. Arnold unable to take the grab. Magro, he's brought into the game. A hurried kick around the body. Jaden Magro. The umpire gets the all clear. That's a terrific finish. Across his shoulder on the wrong side with a wet football. And seemingly no eyes for the goals. Magro pulls one out from the top shelf. Lauderdale draw first blood in the second half. Magro continues his hot form. Lauderdale 8-6, 54 lead Glenorchy 2 straight 12. And it's been all Lauderdale since quarter time. Magro adding further pain to the Pies. It's now 7 goals in a row for Lauderdale after Glenorchy took a 2-1 lead early in the game. Thompson's kick smothered. Desperation from Franklin. He's been exceptional this afternoon. Merging with the football now is his teammate and Hooker, who drives it inside 50. Magro's at the back of the pack. Sutton tries to kick it out of the ground, loses his footing. Christensen with a smart kick over the top finds Magro. He's met heavily. Umpire says it wasn't 15, play on. Desperate stuff from the Glenorchy skipper and Arnold. Also getting involved is Brady Simpson. The umpire will eventually take it back for a throw in. Wet and wild stuff. Christensen's really shown his class at times throughout the game so far today. That tap goes down. Kenny, Christensen over the top. Walsh taking in a tackle. Strong tackle from Adam Roberts. The umpire will call it as a throw in. Of course, round 7 of the TSL means the end of the first cycle of teams all playing each other once. Starting to get a strong idea of where teams sit in season 2022, and Lauderdale are coming in with a bang. 2 wins on the trot heading into today, and this is going to be a free kick going the way of Christensen, who was illegally held. So Alan Christensen, who's already got 2 goals this afternoon, now has an opportunity to slot his 3rd of the day. Slight angle to work with. Wet, slippery conditions. Christensen, a lovely kick. It's going to squeeze home. It does. Alan Christensen, dare I say, centimetre perfect. He kicks his 3rd goal of the afternoon. And Lauderdale, they skip out to an even further advantage. 9-6-60, leading Glenorchy 2 straight 12. 48 points the difference. And Lauderdale have gone bang-bang to start this second half. Goals courtesy of Magro and Christensen. Christensen's really starting to stamp his authority on this game, just showing touches of class above most of the others on the field. That was a lovely finish. How can Glenorchy respond? The ball's thrown back up. Brown wins it down. Tilly spending more time on ball in this game. He goes to Walsh. He uses his left boot to massage a ball towards half forward. Now back in the middle of the ground. Siggins. Handball. Doesn't find a target. Roach eventually gets the ball out. Joseph now kicks it along the ground inside 50. Coming back the other way is Poland. Swoops on the footy and just drives it towards the middle of KG5. Big ball to win. Nicholson's involved for Glenorchy. Gets it off to Brown. Brown goes out wide, and now Glenorchy have a couple of runners. Opportunity here for Josh Meredith. Goes inside 50 to Meredith, but swooping on the loose footy was Nick Hooker. Curls the ball around the corner as far as Simpson. Simpson goes inside 50. Roach just lost his footing at the crucial time, content to see it over and out for a throw in. The umpire says that isn't a throw in, that's deliberate out of bounds as Franklin brings it back into play. Sutton at ground level. High, tight against the boundary line. Somehow the ball stays in. Thompson's kick goes as far as a metre. Siggins handballs off to Kenny. He's shown a limited dash today. Light inclusion for Lennon Marlin. Downfield free kick. Christensen is going to take it. Attacking side of the broadcast wing for Lauderdale. Christensen chips a kick off to McGuinness. Couple of former Brisbane Lions. McGuinness goes to Harry Richmond. Anzac medalist from a fortnight ago. Richmond kicks the ball inside 50 over the top of Siggins. Magro doesn't quite take the ball. It slips through his hands. Glenorchy just kick for distance. Back of the pack. It's Hooker. Kicks along the ground. Sutton was quick to the football but unable to take it cleanly. Roberts with a loopy handball backwards. Glenorchy trying to set up something across half back. Goes through the hands of Harry Richmond. Over and out for a throw in. Just in front of us here, broadcast position. KG5, 9-6-60 Lauderdale lead Glenorchy 2 straight 12. Umpire Jacob Bevis to throw the ball back into play. Siggins read it best. He goes to Franklin. Goes back to Camrick. Camrick with a high ball. Mark's taken. Hooker receives some good instruction from his teammates. It's a risky kick across goal, but it might work out okay. Poland thought about one option, thought about a second, opted to go for the third, and it was a good one. He goes to Williams out wide. Williams handballs over the top to find Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe unable to take it cleanly. McGuinness funnels the ball in front of himself. Whitford, nice little bit of composure through traffic. He dishes it off to Geard, who barrels the ball inside 50. Opportunity now for the Glenorchy forwards, but umpire's whistle. Free kick going the way of the visitors. Sutton takes the ball out wide. Richard Dilger, the man on the mark. He goes to Richmond. Sutton to Harry Richmond. Richmond does what we'll see plenty of in this second half. Just kicks the ball down the line. It's going to land in the hands of Dylan Browning. Siggins has him for company. Wait. Whitford, umpire's whistle. It's going to be a free kick and 50-metre penalty going the way of the Glenorchy Magpies, looking in quite a bit of discomfort. So an opportunity now for Glenorchy. They'll be taken inside 50. I think Josh Whitford is going to be the player to take the football. It will be. So 50-metre penalty opens the door here for Glenorchy. The umpire eventually finds the mark for Bryce Walsh. So defensive side of the wing suddenly becomes an inside 50. An opportunity now for Josh Whitford to hit the scoreboard for Glenorchy. 2021 Rodney Eade medalist, best and fairest in the D-League. Shots on the way from Whitford. It's a lovely kick. Terrific goal. Whitford makes the most of his opportunity. He kicks his first goal of the afternoon. And Glenorchy kicked their first goal since the opening term. 3 straight 18. Trail Lauderdale 9-6-60. Lovely finish there from Whitford. That's really what Aaron Cornelius would want his team to be doing, making the most of their opportunities. Kicks his first goal of the afternoon. Lovely kick in difficult conditions. Just cuts that lead back. 7 goals the difference. 3 straight, plays 9-6. Smith and Brown compete in the ruck once again. Geared emerges with the football. Glenorchy looking to go inside 50 a couple of times in a minute. Roach just loses his footing at the crucial time. Hooker runs it back. It's only going to go as far as Callum Thompson. Thompson hurries a kick inside 50. Going to land in the hands of Camrick. Just can't quite capture the ball under his spell. Nice harassment there from Oscar Shaw. Over and out for a throw in. But again, good signs for Glenorchy. A couple of repeat entries inside 50. They'll look to lock this ball in and create another scoring opportunity. Umpire throws the ball back into play. Magro. Now Arnold, met by a strong tackle. Magro. As far as Geared now to Thompson. He's got Ned Shaw for company. Just loses his footing. You can see all the excess water on the ground. Tilly. Eventually the ball does get out of bounds, over for a throw in. Arnold takes a strong grab. Sutton in the hole, takes a good mark. He's been everywhere today as Reece Sutton. Drives the ball out of defensive 50 over the top. Mark unable to be taken. Lauderdale try to keep the ball in, but eventually out of bounds for a throw in. So just under 12 minutes gone in this third quarter. Lauderdale 9-6-60. Glenorchy 3 straight 18. 2 goals to 1 so far this quarter in favour of the visitors. Just tuning in now. Glenorchy trailed by a couple of points at quarter time. Big second quarter though from Lauderdale. But the visitors gain complete control of the contest. Hooker now has the ball in defensive 50 as the rain continues to come down here at KG5. Screwed a kick around the corner. Christensen taps it along the ground. Tries to get the 1-2 with Blackburn. Eventually gets back to Christensen. Kicks around the body. Camrick emerges with the footy. Christensen slow to get to his feet. Camrick in the end just kicks for touch. Over and out for a throw in. Taps one down. With ball in hand, Simpson goes inboard to Richie Dilger. Dilger drives the ball inside 50. The rain continues to pour down, but safe as houses. Oscar Shaw takes the mark on his chest. He opts to find his brother in Ned. Shaw looking in the Smith direction, eventually over and out for a throw in. So, pretty cagey footy at the moment in this second half. Lauderdale, handy advantage. Forced to do quite a bit of defending so far in this third quarter. Geared kicks the ball inside 50 once again. McGuinness takes the mark. McGuinness down the line. Smith is always going to be the target. Arnold sweeps on the football at the back of the pack. His kick inside 50. Just bounces over and out in front of the cricket nets at KG5. See there the rain continuing to fall. Big puddles just outside the field of play there in that forward pocket. Wet and wild conditions down here in southern Tasmania. Thompson. Handball out. Tilly just loses the footy. Eventually kicks it along the ground, out of bounds for another throw in. It's the exact same spot. Ball's thrown back in. Smith wins it down. Franklin. Hurried kick away, went into the back of Roberts. Now Franklin trying to mop up at ground level. Umpire will take it once again. Whitford competing at ground level. Franklin competing as well. Christensen gets involved. There's so many bodies around this football at the moment. Glenorchy players appeal for a free kick. The umpire won't pay it on this occasion. So another stoppage inside 50 for Glenorchy. Lauderdale forced to do all the defending at the moment. Hurried kick. That one is going to be out of bounds on the full. So opportunity now for Lauderdale to bring the ball out cleanly. Certainly can't question the application of the Glenorchy players today. They've been throwing themselves in at everything. Brown's going to fly, unable to take the grab. McGuinness kicks it out of thin air. Richmond takes the mark and is quick to play on. Into the middle of the ground goes Richmond. Fletcher hooker. Lovely kick over the top to Siggins, who's in plenty of space. Sam Siggins gets himself into a good position and dribbles it home. Excellent play from Lauderdale. Harry Richmond took the mark and ran with it through the middle of the ground, opened the door up for Hooker, who then saw Siggins in space, and Sam Siggins dribbles home his second goal of the afternoon. Lauderdale 10-6, 66, lead Glenorchy 3 straight 12. Lovely finish there from Sam Siggins. You can almost see him thinking about what his options were, whether he was going to dribble it through or try and snap it home. In the end, opted for the dribble, and the ball sat nicely for him. So 16, with just about 17 minutes gone in this third quarter. And Lauderdale get that lead back out once again to 48 points. Ball's thrown up. Brown wins it down. Hayden Smith tries to kick it off the ground. Hooker. Geared. Camrick driving the ball inside 50 for Glenorchy. Arnold had himself in a good position, thrown himself forward as the skipper. Out the back now, it's going to be a bit of a foot race. Nice work to keep it in front of himself there. But eventually, they're going to concede the behind. There's been an umpire's whistle. And the behind won't stand, so a free kick has been paid instead. Glenorchy still without a blemish in the minor score column so far this afternoon. McGuinness brings the ball back into play. Lauderdale escape defensive 50. Nice composure there from Tilly. A sharp little kick off the ground as well. Opens it up. Stanley drives the ball inside 50 for Lauderdale. Siggins at the back of the pack. Can he kick another goal in the space of a minute? He will. Sam Siggins runs into an open goal and just dribbles one through. He's got 3. Siggins has 2 goals in a hurry. Lauderdale starting to really get a bit of a groove on. 11-6, 72, lead Glenorchy 3 straight 18. Coast to coast footy in the wet there for the Lauderdale Bombers, and Sam Siggins has 2 goals in a row. That one, the easiest of possible goals. It was a well-weighted kick in his favour. He was able to run onto it and march into an open goal. See here, looks like Harry Richmond having a stint on ball as well. So Smith rucking, Richmond on ball. It's a real trademark of this Lauderdale side. It's just how versatile they are across all lines. Richmond now getting a stint in the middle of the ground. Magro's kick on the ground was in the direction of the opposition in Manson. Opportunity now for Lauderdale. Hooker shrugs one tackle, Fletcher Hooker, and kicks into the pocket. Siggins is going to work hard to retreat the football. He does. Somehow keeps it in. Sam Siggins, it's through for a minor score. Nice bit of dash there from Fletcher Hooker going inside 50. Just the kick that let him down. (11-7) 73. He plays 3 straight 18. Was brought back into play. Sutton had the sit, unable to take the mark. Eventually get it to Reece Sutton. Shrugs one tackle. Chips the ball inside 50. Couple of players were there. Siggins was one of them, but high for a kick has been paid in favour of John Geard. Geard's kick sets a bit of a task. Party mouth stuff here for Glenorchy supporters as Richmond gets the football off to Blackburn. Blackburn handballs it back inboard looking for Magro. Magro eventually, and doesn't quite take the football in the end. Bryce Walsh wrapped up in the Dilger tackle. Richmond emerges with the football, snaps it on his left boot. A couple of players fly. Hooker unable to take the mark. Another quick snap around the body. Blackburn's going to fly now for Lauderdale. He's unable to take the grab, but there's going to be a flying shot on goal. Some excellent roving. Lauderdale hit the scoreboard. A terrific goal from Sam Tilley. The Dale kicked their 12th and third in a hurry. Sam Tilley kicks his first goal of the afternoon. Lauderdale skip out to 61-point lead, 12-7-79. Glenorchy 3 straight 18. Almost 21 minutes gone in the third quarter. And it is all Lauderdale at the moment. You can see muddy and boggy conditions around the ground. I mean, slightly eased, but still tough conditions for football. Lauderdale have really adapted well so far today and have certainly found their groove. Ball's thrown up back in the middle. Siggins competing now against Roach. Siggins won it down, but Camrick first to the footy. He kicks it not quite inside 50. Brown competing well for a big fella, putting a bit of pressure on Josh Williams. Whitford dishes the handball out wide. An opportunity now for Glenorchy. Chip kick into the pocket from Males. Arnold takes the footy and was tripped by Shaw. So Josh Arnold with the ball in the left forward pocket. Such a leader. It's Josh Arnold, such an important member of this Glenorchy football club. Terrific player. Usually found at the other end of the ground, but an opportunity for him to hit the scoreboard. Once again been good this afternoon as Josh Arnold. The kick's on the way. It's going to stay in the field of play. Brown's competing up there for Glenorchy, but is punched over and out for a throw in. Ball's thrown back into play. Sutton, he's got plenty of it today. His kick, that's probably not his best bit of work for the afternoon. That one over and out for a throw, out of bounds on the full free kick. So Glenorchy locking the ball inside, attacking 50 with another opportunity here. Tight up against the pocket. Opportunity, Camrick's kick, smothered by Alan Christensen, who's done the defensive things well, really well, I should say, today. No exception on that occasion, just getting himself in a good position, reading the ball well, getting the smother in play. He's played some big tackles, both in attacking and defensive 50 today. Sutton gets it on the second go. Christensen. Shaw. Umpire, slightly delayed decision, but eventually does pay the holding the ball free kick against Fergus Kenny. Roberts is going to play on quickly for Glenorchy. He drives the ball to a dangerous spot. A couple of players fly, unable to take the grab, but competing at ground level is Whitford. Strong tackle laid by Poland. Umpire will take it back once again. Siggins, one as far as Thompson, who showed a little bit of dash there. Really nice work from Thompson. Umpire calls a bit of confusion whether it was deliberate. It will be in the end. Nick Hooker to take the ball. Called to play on. Drives the ball out of defensive 50. Somehow lands in the lap of Sam Siggins. Kicks it down the line to Siggins. Sutton attacks the ball at pace. Kicks the ball towards half forward to Sutton. Patton was the target. He's going to bring the runners in at ground level now. Kenny goes back to Franklin. Now to Williams. Josh Williams chips the ball inside 50. It's a lovely kick. Hooker unable to quite take the grab as Camrick sweeps on the footy. His kick isn't his best. Straight down the throat of Reece Sutton. Sutton chips the ball in the Bryce Walsh direction. He has 3 Magpies to beat, unable to do so. Glenorchy, the ball back into the middle of the ground. Shaw lays a tackle on Whitford, but there'd already been a free kick paid. Going to Will Poland. Bouncing ball towards half forward for Lauderdale. Don Brown goes to Camrick. Camrick goes over the top. Hurried kick along the ground, just gaining a few metres now for Glenorchy. Nice bit of play from Luke Brown. He finds Whitford. Whitford with a scrappy kick inside 50. Big ball to win here. Arnold against Hooker. Arnold paddles the ball in front of himself, just loses his footing. Hooker waits for the reinforcements, and Hooker's done well there. Done really well. Break even. Umpire will take the ball once again inside 50. Yeah, nice quick movement there from Glenorchy. Just creating some opportunities inside 50. Lauderdale defence has been resolute this afternoon. John Geard emerges with the footy, slaps it on the boot. It will be out of bounds on the full. Josh McGuinness to bring the ball back into play. Stalwart of Lauderdale Footy Club, Josh McGuinness. Brown slaps it along the ground. Walsh unable to take the ball cleanly. Camrick tries to dance around a couple. Questions asked of how he disposed of the football, and the umpire says illegally. Free kick going the way of Lauderdale across half back. Bryce Walsh on very short. That's where he goes. The umpire says it was too short. Play on. Walsh quickly gets the kick away. Thompson unable to take the mark. Blackburn provides a little bit of pressure. Blackburn eventually gets the football, but holding free kick has been paid in favour of Matthew Joseph. Joseph moves the ball on into the middle of the ground. Finds Nicholson. Nicholson's kick just misses the target in Roberts. Patton's going to come in for reinforcement. Nice shepherd off the ball. Patton goes inboard. Tries to find his teammate in Tilly. Tilly eventually gets a loopy handball out wide. Franklin unable to take it. An opportunity now for Glenorchy. Whitford kicks the ball inside 50, but Hooker had the sit, didn't take what he probably should have taken. Sutton out wide. Steinbauer in the direction of Christensen. Was unable to get it on that occasion. Nice work from Brady Simpson. Simpson's kick goes inside 50. The mark's taken on the chest of Will Poland. 28.5 gone in this third quarter. Siggins takes the mark just outside defensive 50. Just eking towards the final stages of this third quarter. Siggins' kick down the line. Really nice work there from Fergus Kenny. Read the ball well. Nicky Blackburn around the corner. Got over the top. They were out there, Lauderdale. Desperate stuff from Isaac Manson and good composure as well. Excellent work from the young player. Goes to Meredith. Browning unable to take the mark. Camrick swoops in. His kick goes down the line. A difficult ball for Hooker to control, but he does well. Nick Hooker pumps it inside 50. Players fly from all directions. An opportunity now for Fergus Kenny. Bouncing ball. Nice work from Nicholson on the last line of defence. He goes off to Camrick. Camrick opts just to touch the ball on the ground. Takes his full measure over the top to Joseph. Joseph gives it back. Driving ball towards half full. That's a fantastic mark. Excellent work from Oscar Shaw. A diving catch like he was in the gully. Just on the siren for three-quarter time. So three-quarter time at KG5. 3 straight 18. Glenorchy trail Lauderdale 12-7, 79. Lauderdale well and truly in control of this game. They won that quarter 5-1. And just be a matter of how much they win by now. Glenorchy have shown some strong spirit at times throughout the game, but Lauderdale have proven to be too strong to this point. Still wet conditions here at KG5. You can see the development league players coming out for their warm-up as well. Quickly go through the goal kickers before we take a quick break for three-quarter time. Josh Meredith, Josh Whitford and Liam Roach all have singles for Glenorchy. Sam Siggins and Alan Christensen have 3 each for Lauderdale. Michael Blackburn with 2 singles to Sam Tilley, Reece Sutton, Ed Stanley and Jaden Magro. So 61-point lead in favour of Lauderdale at three-quarter time. We're tuned into the Daily Potato Co TSL live stream. Final quarter action coming up next. Welcome back to KG5. You're tuned into the Daily Potato Co. TSL live stream. Final quarter about to get underway between Glenorchy and Lauderdale. Wet weather footy has been on the cards this afternoon, and at the moment it looks like Lauderdale will prove to be too strong, but we'll see how Glenorchy can respond in this final quarter. Certainly showing some signs of development, this young Glenorchy outfit. They're trailing this one by 61 points heading into the final quarter as the umpire raises the ball aloft to Luke Brown and Sam Siggins to compete in the ruck. Siggins wins it down on that occasion, looking for Walsh, but just decides to kick it out of thin air himself. Bouncing ball across Glenorchy's half-forward line. You can see the rain continuing to tumble down at KG5. Back with the flight was brave Nick Hooker. Umpire will pay the mark. Nice work from Hooker. Hooker pumps the ball inside 50. Driving ball. Siggins may have been the target. Blackburn just sniffing about at ground level as Mickey Blackburn kicks it over the shoulder. Can he kick it through? He does! Mickey Blackburn kicks a goal for Lauderdale. It took only 40 seconds for the Southern Bombers to hit the scoreboard in this quarter. He has his third goal of the afternoon. And the former Clarence Roux and Lindisfarne 2 Blue is really starting to find his straps in the red and black of Lauderdale. Lovely finish from him, just screwed the ball around the corner, over his shoulder. Made no mistake. 13-7-85. Led Glenorchy 3 straight 18, and I'm sure that would have been the message from Dan Willing at three-quarter time, was to be ruthless, to run the game out until the very end. Ideal start for Lauderdale in this final quarter. Sutton, well called by his teammates to run back and take that mark. Franklin, it's been good today. He goes to Walsh. Game at 200. Patton finds a little bit of space, chips the ball inside 50. Camrick running back with the flight, takes the mark. Dangerous ball, and the opportunity now for the Lauderdale forwards. Meredith tries to emerge with the football. Blackburn kick off the ground, now in the hands of Richmond. Shot around the corner. Be over and out for free kick. Out of bounds on the full. The rain just coming down on the roof here of the broadcast position. 3 votes to camera operator Sean Galloway this afternoon, I think, as that ball's kicked back into play. Richmond takes the mark. Richmond pumps the ball inside 50. Meredith competing well. An immediate company. It's going to be a push in the back. Free kick going the way of Meredith. Free kick going against Fergus Kenny, who's been lively today. Late inclusion for Lennon Marlin. Puts Camrick under the pump. The umpire didn't pay the mark. Stanley comes in. Umpire eventually takes it back. Ball's one down. Magro comes over the top and lays the tackle. Stanley merges with the football. Flying shot from Ed Stanley. Going to fall short. Nicholson doesn't take the ball with full possession. Just decides to kick it out in front of himself to find Dilger. Eventually runs back onto it, does Nicholson. Walsh content to see him over and out for a throw-in. Siggins merges with the football, kicks it around the corner, running back, mark not quite taken by Males. Christensen and Kenny raffle it between themselves. Nicholson's kick only goes as far as Walsh, the milestone man, Bryce Walsh. Bouncing over and out. In fact, out of bounds on the full. So, flying shot from Bryce Walsh doesn't quite go through, but he's been very good today in game 200. Terrific achievement. certainly in the upper echelon of players to have played in the TSL when it comes to longevity. Absolute warrior for his club. Now Glenorchy driving the ball down the line. The kick just goes straight down the throat of McGuinness. Siggins takes a strong grab. Pumps the ball inside 50. Nice body work there by Stanley. Just drops the mark at the last moment, but does well at ground level. Lays a tackle. Tilly tries to tap the ball back. Camrick. Thompson. Back to Camrick. One bounce, Ben Camrick. Chips the ball over the top. Franklin funnels the ball back. Lauderdale push right back to half-back now before opting to go forward. Richmond finds Christensen. Christensen quickly plays on around the corner. Great vision, Alan Christensen, to find Reece Sutton. Sutton winds up and goes. Kicks to right to the paint of goal. Through for a minor score. Blackburn unable to quite reel the big mark in. 13-8, 86, lead Glenorchy 3 straight 18. The ball's brought back in to Ben Camrick. Ball's over the top. Nails pumps it out, but a strong mark taken by Shaw. He's going to rock this afternoon. Himself and his Oscar Shaw. Chips the ball back in. Finds Franklin. Franklin wheels and goes. Takes a bit off the kick. Arnold read it best, but over the top. Ed Stanley read the ball so well, pleading there from Cooper Meredith to say that Arnold may have got a fingertip to it. The umpire has paid the mark. Stanley sliding in and taking the grab. It's a well-weighted kick inside 50. And Stanley's now going to look for his second goal of the afternoon. Kicked one in the second quarter. Part of this multi-dimensional, multifaceted Lauderdale attacking half. Stanley's kick is a bit of a scrapper. Just punched over the top by Manson for a minor score. 13-9, 87. Glenorchy 3 straight 18. Difficult conditions this afternoon for footy. Two sides have competed well. Brown flying over the top. Unable to quite take the grab. Over and out. Trying to throw the ball back into play. Thompson just misses his handball. Bryce Walsh gets it back. Around the corner, Richmond. You can see there the water just flying off the surface at KG5. Had so much rain. Arnold pumps the ball down the line. Hooker with the sit, takes the mark. Hooker quick to play on. Over the top. Tilly has a bit of space to move. Sam Tilly through for a minor score. So they're peppering the goal face at the moment, Lauderdale. Just not quite hitting the major scores. Well, it's now 1-3 for the quarter. By no means regulation efforts, but certainly some opportunities to this point. Walsh takes the mark. Another opportunity here for Lauderdale. A lovely kick to find Jaden Magro. Really well-weighted kick in favour of Magro. With no mistake taking the mark on his chest. Magro begins his approach on goal. It's a good-looking kick from Jaden Magro. Was just fading right to left, but it snuck home. He kicks Lauderdale's 14th goal of the afternoon. He kicks his second. He kicked one in the third quarter, now one in the last. 14-10, 94. Glenorchy 3 straight 18. That was a lovely kick to find Jaden Magro. Magro does really well to fully capitalise and kick the major score. 9.5 gone in this final quarter, and Lauderdale in a really, really strong position. Back in the middle, Brown wins the tap down. Tilly, who's had plenty of midfield minutes today. Hooker wrapped up in a big Camrick tackle. Camrick executed that tackle perfectly, and he's going to be rewarded holding the football. And 50-metre penalty. Camrick pleaded with the umpire. The umpire agreed that it was there, so it's going to bring Camrick right to the face of goal. A little bit of ill discipline there from Nick Hooker. Camrick is now going to be kicking directly in front, only about 25 metres out by the time he takes his kick. So Ben Camrick with a golden opportunity, marches into goal. Umpire does a bit of work, but he sneaks it home. Camrick kicks Glenorchy's 4th goal of the afternoon, 4 straight 24, trailing Lauderdale 14-10-94. Camrick has been a warrior, as he always is, this afternoon. That's a nice reward for him, hitting the scoreboard for the first time today. 4 straight 24, 14-10-94. 70 points the difference in favour of the visitors. Thrown back up in the middle of the ground. Thompson competing well for Glenorchy. Walsh and Thompson continuing to compete. Walsh does extract the football in the end, but the umpire had already blown the whistle. Joseph merges with the footy. Camrick's handball just a little too hot for his teammate. Driving the ball inside 50 now at Glenorchy. Opportunity presents. Richie Dilger's competing at ground level. Whitford as well. Good defensive pressure from Nick Hooker. The umpire's paid a free kick. Couple of little calls going against Hooker in recent minutes, but he's been very good today. Opportunity now for Glenorchy to go back and kick their 5th goal of the afternoon and 2nd in the space of a couple of minutes. John Geard with ball in hand. By no means a regulation shot given the conditions, but John Geard will begin his approach on goal. Kicks on the way from Geard, just sneaking over the line for a minor score. So the first behind of the day for Glenorchy, 4-1-25, trailing Lauderdale 14-10-94. Big tackle laid. Umpire will take it. Tap over the top. Camrick has had so much of the football as always this afternoon. Sells a bit of candy, then kicks it inside 50, but straight down the throat of Josh McGuinness. McGuinness pumps the ball down the line as chants of happy birthday sing out around KG5. Kenny keeps the ball in front of himself. Joseph and Walsh now at ground level. Walsh emerges with the footy. He chips a kick inside 50. Be content to see that over the line for a throw in the Glenorchy defence. Ball's thrown in. Glenorchy get the ball out of defensive 50. Hooker dropped the mark, fumbled the first time, but eventually breaks free with the football. Does Nick Hooker. Kicks it inside 50. Siggins with the fly, takes the mark. That's a terrific grab in wet conditions. Siggins read the ball best and took the mark confidently. A dangerous spot. He's already kicked 3 goals this afternoon as Sam Siggins. This one in the pocket. He's going to wheel around and try and kick his 4th. Sam Siggins begins his approach, just hooking it not quite far enough through for a minor score. 14-11-95, Lauderdale lead Glenorchy 4-1-25. 15 gone in the final quarter. Bring the ball back in, tied up against the pocket. Glenorchy look for Brown down the line, but Harry Richmond at the back of the pack takes a strong grab. Richmond quick to play on. Brings the ball back inboard to Josh Williams. Williams fawns the ball out to the outside pocket. Stanley's going to be first to the football, but the boundary line might just beat him. It does. Over and out for a throw in. 70 points the difference. 16 minutes gone in this final quarter. Lauderdale going to get their 3rd win in a row. They'll finish this first cycle of the season at even 3-3. Siggins with a flying shot on goal. Fantastic finish, Sam Siggins. Second time today he's made something out of nothing from that forced stoppage. He kicks his 4th goal of the afternoon, Sam Siggins. 1 in the first, 2 in the third and 1 in the last. Lauderdale break the ton. They kick their 15th goal of the afternoon. 15-11-101. Glenorchy 4-1-25. There's 2 big games happening this afternoon on the Daily Potato Co. TSL live streams. North Hobart hosting Clarence, North Hobart Oval. 2 teams with final aspirations on the radar. North Hobart really needing a win to keep in touch. While down at the Twin Ovals, Kingborough hosting North Launceston. Tigers fresh from the bye. North Lonnie making a big trip down to the Twin Ovals. Here in play. Nails with the ball, kicks it towards half forward. Mark almost taken. Steinbauer was there for company. Adam Roberts was the Glenorchy player, and the umpire was going to call that as a throw in. Brown competing against Smith. Camrick just overruns the football. Franklin, who's been excellent today, he goes to Christensen. Another key cog in Lauderdale's performance this afternoon. Hooker dodged 1 tackle, tried to take on him 2nd and a 3rd, and eventually the 3rd got him. Matthew Joseph to be rewarded with the free kick. Joseph tries to take the man on the mark on in Hooker. Hooker gets his revenge. The umpire says play on though. It's going to be a stoppage across half back. No, holding the ball against Hooker. So 2nd time in the space of a minute that Joseph has pinned his opponent. This time he was able to execute the kick. He finds John Geard. Geard quick to wheel around and go with that left boot. Inside 50. Whitford merges with the footy. Hurried kick towards teeth of goal. Hurried kick off the ground. McGuinness with a task. He does well. Through for a minor score. Glenorchy's 2nd minor score of the day. 4-2-26. All the way 15-11-101. McGuinness to bring the ball back into play. Broadcast side coming across was Tilly. Fergus Kenny, who's been likely today, the late inclusion. Hooker. And as far as Manson, his punch goes down to Thompson. Thompson links up well with Camrick. Camrick waiting for a runner to come from half back. Eventually he gets it. Simpson drives it towards half forward. Shaw and Meredith can be the first 2 to the football. Meredith does really well. Doesn't quite evade the Sutton tackle holding the football. Sutton to really set the tone early for Lauderdale. He finds Franklin. Franklin kicks out wide to a runner. They work their way towards half forward. Unable to take the grab though is Steinbauer. Roach swoops on the football. It's going to bounce over and out for a throw in. So scrappy stuff here at KG5. The rain continuing to tumble down. Lauderdale with strong lead. They'll record another comprehensive victory. Ball's thrown back into play. Umpire's whistle is going to be a free kick. Going away. No, replay of the boundary throw-in. So, a bit of confusion between the players, but umpire Bevis will throw it in once again. Tap down in favour of Christensen. Christensen just overruns the footy. Richmond eventually merges with it. Sharp little handball over the top was intended for Magro. Christensen comes in and grabs it though. Scrappy kick on the broadcast wing. Tilly keeps the ball in play, looking for Magro. Isaac Manson finds Geared to Camrick. Camrick to Whitford. Whitford to Joseph. Nice chain of handballs from Glenorchy. Now take the ball to half forward, but it was a 3-on-1 in favour of Lauderdale. The 3 wins out, over and out for a throw in. Next week, Lauderdale travel down to the Twin Ovals to take on Kingborough, while Glenorchy will face a trip up the highway to UTAS Stadium against the Northern Bombers. Of course, back to the start of the cycle after round 7. Tilly just misses his teammate over and out for another throw in. So 21 and a half gone in the final quarter. Lauderdale in complete control. Sam Siggins with 4 goals, Michael Blackburn with 3, Alan Christensen with 3. Led the way inside 50, while likes of Franklin, Tilly, dynamic on ball, Reece Sutton on the wing as well. Umpire lets this scrimmage roll out. Whitford. Glenorchy eventually moved the ball out. He's taken in a strong tackle is Joseph. The umpire will again let it play on. Just a rolling scrum here at KG5. Camrick gets the ball out the back. Handball's out wide, looking for Nicholson. Nicholson just decides to kick it along the ground to his teammate Arnold. Wins it back eventually, but unable to complete the transaction was Nicholson. Back to Arnold. Arnold wrapped up in the tackle. Scrappy stuff here from Glenorchy. Arnold. Back to Nicholson. Nicholson's kick into the middle of KG5 was intended for Roach. Richie Dilger just decides to take matters into his own hand and barrel it inside 50. Hooker. Handballs it back, unable to hit his target in Meredith. Flying shot and goal here for Glenorchy, running back with the flight, unable to keep the ball in play. It was Oscar Shaw. It's through for a major score. Glenorchy gets some late reward for effort. Their 5th goal of the afternoon. 5-2-32. Trail Lauderdale 15-11, 101, and some repeat entries inside 50 late in this final term. Eventually sees some reward on the scoreboard. Nice finish there for the Magpies. Siggins gives the football in the middle. Hurried kick towards half forward. The mark's taken by Thompson. Thompson has been pushed after he kicked the football, so a free kick downfield. Whitford wanted to play on quickly, just got to go back behind his mark. Kick inside 50, Hooker. Has some reinforcements come in. Cries of ball from the Glenorchy players. The umpire says play on. Siggins just keeps the ball out in front of himself and eventually sees it over the line for a throw in. Had Ben Camrick for company. thrown back into play. Camrick quickly kicks the ball inside 50. Poland, decisive fist. Guinness is going to be first to the football. Reinforcement to come in Patton and goes back to Poland. Poland's kick out of defensive 50 finds Stanley, and Lauderdale look to move the ball quickly now. Stanley, handball over the top, just misses Magro. Magro does well to mop things up at ground level. His tap on only goes as far as Camrick. Arnold. Chipping kick in the direction of Matthew Joseph, who just keeps the ball in play. Hook up, brings the ball back for the Bombers. Bouncing ball, Meredith's going to be first to it. Just unable to take the ball cleanly at the moment. Really wet conditions at KG5. Nice tackle by Blackburn. Opens the door for Stanley, and now Kenny inside 50. Finds the milestone man, Bryce Walsh, who wheels and goes in game 200. Bryce Walsh hits the scoreboard. His teammates will all get around him. The stalwart of the Lauderdale Football Club, the former skipper, kicks a goal in his 200th game. Every single teammate runs to say congratulations to the heart and soul of the Lauderdale Football Club. He hits the scoreboard and kicks the Bombers' 16th of the day, 16-11, 107, leading Glenorchy 5-2-32. 26 minutes gone in this final quarter. Bryce Walsh, who's been a very strong contributor this afternoon, particularly in the first half of the game, hits the scoreboard for the first time in this clash. 16-11, 107. Strong performance from Lauderdale. 14 goals after quarter time. Siggins into tap down. Magro running inside 50, kicks the ball in there now. Bryce Walsh, who's just parked himself deep inside 50. It's Stanley down there for support as well as Ned Shaw. Arnold eventually takes Bryce Walsh over and out for a throw in. Umpire's whistle, holding free kick. He's going to go the way of Lauderdale, so Harry Richmond have a look on goal. He's been a likely player today with stints on ball. Opportunity for him to kick his first goal of the afternoon. Further Lauderdale's advantage. Harry Richmond begins his pursuit on goal. It's a nice kick. The umpire does not move a muscle. Richmond kicks his first goal of the day. 17-11, 113 Lauderdale. Lead Glenorchy 5-2-32. Almost 28 minutes gone in this final quarter. And just as Dan Willing would have most of his troops at three-quarter time, Lauderdale are just going to continue pushing forward in this final term. Contest obviously well and truly beyond doubt. Nice work there from Harry Richmond to join the goal-kicking list so far for Lauderdale. He's the 9th goal kicker of the day for the Southern Bombers. Ball's thrown back up in the middle of the ground. Siggins wins it down to Christensen. Christensen the 1-2 with Magro. Chipping kick inside 50 now from Christensen in the direction of Blackburn, who does well to run his opponent under the ball. Handball's over the top. Fletcher Hooker had to stop and prop and wait. Eventually gets a handball out somehow to Christensen. Blackburn comes in for reinforcement. See all the excess water coming off the ground at KG5. It's torrential conditions, particularly in that first half. Richmond wins the tap down. Roberts emerges with the football though. His kick goes out of defensive 50. Shaw wrapped up in a strong tackle. Poland pumps the ball inside 50 now. Stanley taking a while to get to his feet. Christensen able to take the ball cleanly. Joseph loses his footing. Really scrappy stuff here. KG5, all the water coming off the surface. Umpire will eventually take that ball back. have a word with the Mercury journalist covering this game and see if Sean Galloway, the camera operator, can get some votes. He's done a fantastic job in these conditions, exposed at KG5. Again, just another rolling scrum. Christensen emerges with the football, quickly kicks it out of nowhere, but over and out on the full. John geared to bring the ball back into play for the Glenorchy Magpies. Driving ball out of defensive 50, but only as far as Siggins. Another bag of 4 for Sam Siggins today as the siren sounds. Comprehensive victory for the Lauderdale Bombers as Siggins decides to launch. In the end, it doesn't trouble the scorers. So that will be the final score. 17-11, 113 to Glenorchy, 5-2-32. A decisive victory for Lauderdale this afternoon in tough, wet conditions. Sam Siggins kicking 4 goals, Alan Christensen and Michael Blackburn with 3 apiece. Jaden Magro, another multiple goal kicker, with 2. But Lauderdale, they win 3 on the trot, and they're now 3-3 after 7 rounds of TSL football. Thank you for joining us on the Daily Potato Co. TSL live stream. Thank you to Sean Galloway for his work with the camera in tough conditions, and Ash Wilkes back in the studio. Lauderdale, they run out comprehensive winners against the Glenorchy Magpies to kick off round 7. Make sure you stay tuned to the other 2 games this afternoon on the Daily Potato Co. TSL live stream. Bye for now.